Hello, this is Rogoznica Cup navigation race in 2026. I will be your commentator. This is Zvonko Jelačić. You usually see me on race course, but for this time I will be your commentator. As you can see, this is one of the biggest fleets on a starting line for EOM class. And the navigation race is made out of 3 regattas where you race and you have passing finish. So for the start we will sail mostly downwind or side wind. As you can see, most of the boats are grouping on above, closer to the wind. And now my idea for this commentator, I will try to do something similar what we sometimes do in masterclass, where I can explain tactically. So the start is off. As you can see, one boat is already leaving, but now we are jumping from video to video, so I'll try to follow it. On the right hand corner you can see me sailing sideways, and the fleet is very separated. So when you have the side wind, the best usually tactic is kind of just point to the direction where you want to finish, which is next mark in this case, and then just go as fast as possible and work your speed with the sheets. So you play with the sheets more than you play with the rudder. Rudder is just to continue pointing in a proper direction. It's something different than comparing to sailing upwind or downwind, where you are trying to maintain your best VMG. As you can see now, some of the boats are going all the way up, sailing almost upwind, while majority of the fleet is sailing normal course side to the wind. I think they are maybe hoping for a stronger wind above, and as usual in navigation we have boats in the middle of the race course that you need to avoid. We treat them as a small islands comparing to the big boat navigation race. As you can see, the leading group will most likely come from the middle or middle up. We have these 4 or 5 boats that are fighting for the lead. I think this is Hungary 34 with the Cantonese in the blue boat leading. Underneath the green boat is 35. I think the red boat, not sure who it is, but fleet is already separated quite a lot, which is kind of strange since we are sailing sideways to the wind. So I think it's 34 definitely Cantonese in lead, and we have, I think this is Chile, a red boat, also quite very good. He might also overtake the lead at the mark. No, sorry, this is ITA 54 and Hungary 74, so we need to avoid the boat underneath. Okay, 74 hit the boat, then 54 realized it's a mistake, and now that left 135 to pass. We have 912 passing above the boat, but you need to round the boat for regatta. And now you see the boats that are before going quite high, now they need to come down, so that wasn't optimum route. So usually it's best just to go straight. 100 tacked immediately, going out. Now we have some other boats are trying to avoid the boat. It's very difficult, depends on your position on the shore. So in radial sailing you also need to think about the position at the shore, not only position of your boat in a race course, because even if you position yourself badly on the shore, you might not see very good and then make mistakes. Now we see majority of fleet are going straight and only few have tack and decided to go a little bit out. You can see what now happened to the leader. We had 35 in the lead with 100 that was sailing out. Okay, 35 lost compared to 72, and the boat that you see leading is down 1-2. That's Chinese boat that didn't round the mark, and you can see the 100 second boat at the moment have a really good lead comparing to 35 and 74. So the move of fast stack and going out for a fresh wind was definitely a good one. But we will see what will happen in the future. This is now really nice, really big fleet sailing up in. We after many years of sailing, we decided to have a kind of this passing finish and not do all with one go, because we want everyone to group and to start again, because it's more fun, and then not just continue sailing all the way around. As you can see, there is a fresh wind definitely coming from the outside, and we will see what will now happen. So in this part of the regatta, I think most boats that went out were gaining to the boats that were going left comparing to the current view. And now we see the red boat went all the way out, and we have a green boat. So as you can see, the dinghy and the mark and dinghy is waving. That's the passing finish. Now we'll see who will pass the passing finish first. It's a surprise. So the 74, oh no, the Chinese boat lost some of the lead, but she didn't run the boat, so she doesn't count. So we have 100 who is leading, 35 is second, and 74 is sailing on starboard behind 35 now. This is Chinese boat. She's protecting to come into the finish first. Not sure does she know that she made a mistake before. But you have to understand, she is from China. This was her first big regatta, so it was overwhelming. And she has maybe problems figuring out the language barrier and everything. So now the 100 is going inside, 35 is going outside, 74 is following 100. We have red boat going inside, black boat going outside. So now the people need to decide, because this was passing finish, and now there is a really good chance to stretch your legs, as we say, and kinda you can decide which side do you want to go. And you have a really nice view of many other boats coming. This is definitely one regatta that you should do it at least one time in your life, because it's fun, it's a bit different. You don't get the chance to start with 30, 40, 50, 60 boats all in the same time on the same starting line. As we can see now, the boats that went inside are starting to tuck outside, and we will see who is still in the lead. I think the boats on the inside made a small gain, but 100 from the outside, it's still leading. This is now 3 or 4 boat lengths lead. But now what I see, it's a nice big pressure coming from the outside, and maybe it's time to go there. The leader is continuing to sailing inshore. Okay, we have the Chen and 1-2. She also tucked and going outside. The golden boat just tucked. Now we will see what happens. So the 100 is definitely the leader boat now, and he's going straight. 74 is following him. Okay, now we can see definitely big difference. Boats that went outside have really nice pressure from the right, while the boat on the inside don't have it. So the boats on the outside can sail much higher course, and I think they are starting to gain. And as you can see, 100 also lost the pressure. But as you will see in Rogoznica, everything is open. So even when you make a huge gain, because you can have a really nice leverage, you can also lose quite a lot. So the 100 is trying to cover the fleet, and he's going now outside. As I said, you can see on the left corner the right 100 tucked and cover the rest of the fleet and trying to squeeze the leaders again. When you compare it to, for example, 7-4, who continue to push the boat on the right hand now, when you look at the screen, I think he lost even more. So if you see your side is losing, it's usually better to cover your losses and go to the better side. From now above you can really nicely see the gust that's all the way on the outside. And majority of the fleet who went to that gust is definitely winning comparing to the boats close to the shore that don't have such a nice good angle nor the pressure. Look at that picture. It's really nice. Spread fleet is quite spread. Not sure who is the boat, one of the top boats inshore, who is pushing all the way to the shore. But I think the boat most on the left it's 35, and then the next to it underneath him is 100, who went to cover the fleet and protect his third place at the moment. But what is notable to see, look at the difference between top three boats, and at the finish they will all come quite close as much as I remember. We have some two seagulls enjoying the view, and we can see the boat on the left tucked and coming to cross. As you can see, they are getting closer and closer. Might be that 35 went too deep inside and lost. This is pure tactical now sailing, just to come between the fresh wind and your opponent and also the finish. So the idea is just to cover your bases. And we are coming to finish. We need to pass, I think, between these two marks. As you can see, 100 made nice comeback, came really close and managed to pass the 912 and finish second this regatta. 35 won it. 952 I believe got disqualified later on because not rounding the boat, which is quite shame because I'm quite sure she would finish in top 4 or 5, or maybe also third. 912. We have a nice fight for the 5th position. 4th position is quite secure with 74. But for the 5th position we have 4 boats coming in one line. We have nice high mode sailing from a brown boat. I believe it's Peter Feldman. He just finished. And nice finishing from 7-7 if he didn't touch the mark. We have a nice golden boat, 142. As you can see now, the wind is going a little bit to the left, and the boats now that were sailing close to the shore are starting to gain comparing to the boats that went outside. You can see just by the angles that they are sailing. We have 96 just finishing, nice purple boat. We have nice match race to the finish. So the boat 72 needs to avoid 54. 54 was one actually of the leaders at the first mark. And majority of the fleet is finishing. I think we have Pablo Capa finishing. And we are finishing. Sorry for that small distraction. I'm recording this at home. I don't have professional studio, so. And the boats are continuing to finish. We have, I think, 152, 177, 25, not sure, maybe 36, 34, 24. Majority of the fleet has finished, but we are now waiting for everyone else. I think this is 59, Misho. Yesterday was his birthday, comparing to the when I'm recording, not when he was sailing. So happy birthday, Misho. As you can see, when you look at it from here, the line is quite skewed. So it's better to finish on the right hand mark, comparing from the view. And we have our famous commentator, Josip Marasovic, which is not doing this commentating work. Okay, we have a new start. This is start of the second race, second leg, 1.6 nautical miles. We have a nice start, clean start, many of boats. As you can see now, the front line is already advancing and the second line is sailing much slower because of the dirty wind. So it's usually best to tack and get away from there. I think majority of the first kind of line will push all the way to the shore and then start their own tacking duels. We have the boat 100 already stretching his legs, and I think he's in a clear lead. He's going very well. And we have the rest of the boats are kind of sailing together. The wind has picked up slightly and it's nice fresh wind. We have first tackers going all the way out now, and we are not sure what will happen. We have the brown boat on the left side coming back to the inshore. Okay, we see the guys inshore have a really nice pressure and a shift, so I believe this is the leader now, all the way to the inshore. Maybe it's 100 or this boat all the way inshore. The white deck with orange hull. Not sure which sail number is it. Okay, we have the boats from the outside coming back in, and looks like they lost because they were quite. This boat coming from only boat on the starboard at the moment wasn't. He was kind of with the leaders, but now he's definitely in the back. I think this is 35, but I cannot be sure. So we have the boats now. Now the leaders are going out, and this boat went inside. So we have a nice pressure on the outside. As you can see, the boats all the way to the out are tacking on this pressure with a shift, and I'm expecting they might gain, but maybe the inshore will work again. So this was the decision for 100 and the other, because they did gain from the inshore, but now they went to outside and hope for to hit the next shift also correct. Okay, this is 0.3. I think he's very happy with his position and the speed, because he's sailing with the leaders. Okay, now the boats from the inshore are coming, and looks like they did gain from the inshore. So we have now 35, which looks like he gained and become a bit closer to the leader, and leader actually lost his lead by the inshore boat. So from this now we can assume that the inshore is better to sailing more closer to the shore. As 100 also noticed, so he's sailing now inside. And we have definitely a new leader who just tacked. I didn't see the numbers, so really sorry about that. Now the situation, this is we are missing one part of the regatta, but now we are sailing. As you can see, now everyone are pushing to sail more and more on the inshore. Okay, so we have Sui 111 in the middle, blue boat, 35 on the right hand view, and now we have completely different situation. So now the problem is inshore there is not enough wind, but we also you can sail a straight course. So basically now idea is just work with the sheets and kinda get some fresh wind. As we can see, 100 is in the lead. Since last race he finished second, I think he's the overall leader at the moment. We have 111 and we have another blue boat, and then we have the green boat 35, and behind also not sure, but as you can see now looks like the fleet already spread, but they seems to be closer than before together. Definitely 100, 111, trying to see the third boat. Now we move through the fleet a little bit to the back. As you can see, the wind already slightly shifted because the boats on the back needs to tack where the leaders could have passed. And the leader boats are now sailing almost downwind. As you can see, the sheets are quite eased, so no one is sailing strong wind. We have the green 100 in the lead again, two blue boats, green boat and a purple boat. And underneath we have Peter Feldman sneaking through the rocks, hoping to get some pressure from down there. The guy is marking it's a finish, passing finish, that you need to pass underneath the dinghy and the mark on the other side. Okay, now we see the one blue boat from the leaders decided to go closer to the shore and immediately start to slow down. So what happened actually, when you come too close to the shore, you lose the wind. It might be that the wind simply hits the rocks and slows down, and the trees, so you need to kind of keep your distance. When you are closer to the shore, you are sailing less distance, but if you don't have the speed, then there isn't any point sailing this close to the shore. As you can see, the one blue boat went too close to the shore and lost his position, because he was definitely third and now he's fifth. And now the moment is, when do you open butterfly and when do you start sailing downwind, because as the shore is kind of rounded and we are following the rounded part, it's better to sail closer to the shore for the distance, but outside for the wind. So it's kind of tricky position. We have now whole fleet past upwind leg, and we are all turning to the downwind. We can now see the boats on the inshore are starting to move, especially the blue one that was fifth. He seems to be going now better and better. So that might be the clue that we can start to move closer to the shore. And that there is enough wind, because now the wind is blowing parallel to the shore, so there isn't any reason for the wind to be slower closer to the shore. As you can see now, the blue boat, I think it's gaining, he might be also in the lead. Yes, he's definitely the leading boat. And I think this might be the same boat that was losing before. And now has a really nice lead. As you can see, 100 lost, also from 35. So from leading position, he now dropped to the third position. On the outside we can see the wind is building up, so it will be really nice coming back down upwind, because what the fleet needs to do now is around the mark and go all the way back to the same position where they started. So this is the most fun part of the navigation, where you go around the kind of half island, around the mark, and then you go back. So you are sailing the same course like a big leg, curved leg on one side, and then going all the way to the back. As you can see, the boat looks more alive, so definitely some wind have picked up. The blue boat is definitely leading. The green boat and 100 went outside, but it looks like that from the inside the boats are flying. Okay, we are on the mark. The blue boat is the first. I think 35 is the second. And then might be again blue boat. Okay, 35 tacks immediately. Leader also tacks to cover. And other two boats are starting to sail outside. The usual tactic is, if it was working downwind, it might work upwind, so you kind of follow the same tactics. And now the fun is you need to pass through all the boats sailing downwind. You are right away when you are sailing upwind, and especially if you are on starboard, but still it's kind of better to not to go through the crowd, or maybe avoid, or at least yell starboard or something like that. Looks like that the boats that went inside did protect their position, and the boats from the outside didn't lose that much, but maybe one or two boat lengths. And so the upwind battle continues. This is really nice picture. Nice clear Adriatic Sea, nice walk around the half island. Actually it is island, but we are sailing only on half part of the island, so. But it's also connected with a road, so. Now idea is to come to hit the shifts and the pressure the best you can. As we can see, top 3 boats are sailing inshore. I think 2 blue boats are leading at the moment. Yes, 35 is fighting with them. We have Peter Feldman joining the leader boats with his boat. 100 is covered by the leader and by the Feldman and the purple boat. So this is very nice position for the Feldman to be in. So basically he's covering the 2 main competitors at this moment, and we have there 35 on the second position, also covering the blue boat, and the leader is protecting his position. Okay, so they are all tacking back and forward. Basically the leaders really like inshore. So they are sailing as much as possible closer to the shore. quite expecting that the green will attack soon to cover, and the leader is also attacking to cover 35. So this is kind of tactical game now. Everyone is covering each other and just coming closer to the finish. So he's protecting his lead, very good. Boat 1-1-1. 35 is sailing behind him. We have 1-3-0 Italian. He's going a little bit out. And now we might be coming back to the zone when the shore is not that good. As you can see, 100 already gained substantially comparing to the leaders. He was third, now looks like he's really leading. And 35 made a really bad mistake coming inshore. As you can see, we have a definitely new leader, 1-3-0. And also now 100 from the outside. I think managed to pass everyone. As we can see now, 100 made a really nice move, going a little bit out. He managed to squeeze and pass everyone. So now 35 went all the way outside, and 100 is sailing a bit closer to the shore. Two blue boats are falling back a little bit, and we will see what will happen. Now it's all fight who will gain the first pressure. As you can see, 35 is now sailing really high to stay in the pressure and tacking back outside to get even more wind. Okay, so the wind must have started to come in from the right since most of the fleet tack. And we are on the new part of the regatta. So we have 35 sailing downwind on the left, 100 sailing closer to the shore, and we have a blue boat and Feldman with a bronze boat. This is blue boat 1-1-1, and this is 1-30 that just did the job. We have 7-7, 6-0. Very difficult to read everyone. And now we are going directly to the finish. So the same when you're sailing upwind, you can also do downwind. Basically you can jibe to come in between your finish and your opponent. This is already finished. We have Peter Feldman finishing fourth and 130 coming to fifth position. The wind did pick up slightly. We have 7-7, our Secretary of Comms. So now, since we need to wait for everyone, we usually take our boats out. You can check water or you can check the trim. But look at this nice picture. Nice city, nice sea, nice weather. It's really nice. And you can see now this is where we sail. So we start here and we sail all the way around this half island to the other side and then back. This is 1.6 nautical miles. And then we will start from the same position and sail all the way following the shore that you see now, all the way next to the small island, between the island and the shore, next to the bridge, and then going left to Marina to finish. This will be our last leg. Okay. Okay, this is start, this will be downwind start. Leg 3, distance 0.7 nautical miles. And we had some collisions, not sure who did what there. But if downwind it's same as upwind, basically starboard and port. So the port is downwind. And we have nice start lead from the purple boat in the middle. He gained some small nice pressure. We have green boat here inshore, and the red boat kind of managed to separate a little bit from the group, which doesn't mean much in the downwind leg, because if the pressure starts to come from the back, they will easily catch up. So now this whole game, who will gain the first pressure? We have fleet already separating, and everyone is playing what they think. But as much as I can see, there is some pressure coming from the outside, so I would reckon that the boats on the outside will start to gain. We have a group hit covering each other, going inshore. I think the boats on the outside are already slightly gaining comparing to the boats on the inside. As you can see, there is a group all the way inshore, but I think the leaders from the inshore is the red boat on the left, and the green boat behind him already decided to go bit out, because they are definitely not leading the regatta. There is a group already in front of them, and I think the boats on the outside started to gain even more and more. We have Rogoznica 71, the organizer of the event, all the way on the outside, the orange boat, fighting with 100, who is the leader of the regatta so far. Maybe there will be contact. Okay, Herway is avoiding. They are very, very far away now from the shore, so it's not so easy for them to see and to avoid. And you can see this by how much they are changing their angles. As you can see, it looks like we have orange boat went all the way outside, and you will see what will happen now. 78 from Germany, also following him all the way outside. I'm wondering what happened to 100, because he was really close. Looks like he lost quite a lot, so it was definitely a good move for 71 to go all the way out and get the pressure. You see? It looked like he's avoiding 100, but actually he went outside for the pressure and now has a huge lead. Well done, Herway. And well done, 87. And obviously 100, who managed through all this regatta being the leaders. Okay, majority, this is also passing finish between the dinghy and the mark. And now they are sailing downwind. Again, you need to pass next to the boat. So we have 71 definitely in the lead. 87 is chasing him down, trying to pass him. There is 100 coming along down, and some other boats just behind him. So 71 or 171, I'm not sure, but it is Herway. It's basically covering the 87 and going straight to the finish. Kind of choosing mid-course, a little bit covering, later we're going to the finish. 87 is now changed his course and went a little bit up. but from this position is very strong. It's difficult to pass leader boat because he can cover it, he can very easy. Okay, we have a duel here. Opa, the white boat went all the way up for some reason. Most of the boats are sailing straight. Leader is going straight. We have a nice fight between the Chen and 100. Looks like Chen managed to squeeze from underneath. Oh, 87 managed to get away from her way and pass him underneath. So this will be kind of photo finish. And we have a finish, yes, it's her way. Well done, her way. Well deserved that win after well organized event. We have 87, good job. We have Chen, good job. 100, good job. We have, I don't see the numbers. We have green boat, blue boat, and I think now the guy on the finish is in problems to ride all these boats as fast as they are coming. Luckily he has a camera, so he can later on look at the video and read properly the numbers, because there is no camera. It will be kind of difficult to write all these numbers. We have one green boat just squeezing the finish from the top. And now the rules here are very simple. Basically, you need to avoid the lever boat. So if he goes up, you need to go up. But if you come to the zone on the up, the mark, he needs to give you room to finish. And we have majority of the fleet finishing yellow. So guys, that's it. This was our famous navigation race. Hope you enjoyed the video and my commentators, and hope you do come one year to join us and race with us and have fun with us. Goodbye.